So welcome back to Sorare Wakey Academy. We're over on YouTube again, and I just thought I'd try and update it yet again with another change to the gallery, because I was trying to collect my rares, and I was having a decent team of rares. I was maybe getting like 7 players that could really challenge and get me them points in the threshold all the time with big names like the Tenalis and the Gravenbacks. But since the update came in, I don't think I can actually do that anymore, as it's all sort of loaned into collections and things, and I just don't think I can afford to play in the rares anymore. Maybe I went a little bit too early, especially with big players a bit too early. So I've changed my gallery and I've gone back to the way that I said I would. I actually said I would do this, and I'm going back to limited elite youth, basically, or limited youth at least, and hopefully turn into elite youth. But this is how I started. This is how I made the name Wakey Academy, and I'm going to be starting to buy all the under 23 players, put them into my gallery, and I'll be doing a buy and sell. The SO5 will be like a secondary function, so I'll be buying players that I think are good, that could improve, and then I can sell on in the future. When they hit 23, 24, sorry, when they hit 24 and they're no longer under 23s, then I'll look to either move them onto challenger or champion sides, or get rid of them because they're not good enough. And so the only way that an older player should be in this gallery now is if they've gone through the under 23s first. Now, the exception to that is the Celtic collection that I have. So I do have a Celtic collection, which obviously, if you're doing a collection, needs to have older players in it. Now, I collected that a long time ago, and I was going to keep that as my only limiteds that I had in my gallery. But then obviously with changes and things happening, it's gone back to how it was. So I will keep the Celtic collection, but I will also now only buy youngsters. So I've managed to sell one of my rares, so Bay is it, and I managed to bring in a load of limited players in his place. But I've also got Tenali and Gravenback still to sell yet, and Owen Vindel as well, and one other. I've got another rare that I need to sell, which isn't much money wise, but we'll see how this goes. And in fact, it's not even about making loads of profit now. I think I actually enjoyed doing this. I enjoyed making like a sort of like a Wonder Kids, elite youth teams that would move on and just follow the career basically. So it doesn't have to be about buying and selling. It doesn't have to be about massive profit in this. It's just nice to see them coming through, but hopefully we can make some profit on them. So let's have a look who we bought in then. Now Elmas I bought as a rare a while back before, moving on to like Tenali and Gravenback. But I think he will have a really good season. But you can see the prices below on most of these now. Now I don't know why, but we used to buy here and then it would have something like trade at the bottom. Whenever you bought them for a different, cheaper price, it'd say trade along here at the bottom. But now it's given the price out that you've paid, even though it's not the full price that you paid for it. So I think that's on some of them, but not all of them. But the likes of Elmas and Fabio Vieira, whether Vieira gets in that Arsenal side, which is going to be really hard to do now, they look really good. But he might move on, he might loan out, we'll have to see. Then Douglas has gone back now to, where is it? Gone back to his other club, his original club. Salzburg, isn't it? So I think he will start there. Now that's got rid of Sesko, Douglas could be in there. He's been doing quite well. And then we've got Milan van Uwijk, who I was reading through once I bought him, and he's looking at going to Leeds or Coventry. That would be really good for his scoring, I would have thought. So he might go up in value as well. Really good player, Van Uwijk. I've done loads of videos on a lot of these players from in the past, so you can always go back and have a look at that. Tino van Housden, who was going to quit football because of his injuries. He's injured again at the moment. Whether he starts playing again, who knows. But I think if he does play and does start a whole season, gets a whole season going, his price should fly up. Tenali, again, he played a friendly the other night, and people were saying how poor he was. He's at new team. It's his first ever game in a friendly. I think Tenali's still going to be world class. We've got Tete, who was rumoured to be going to Celtic, and if that does happen, his price should go up as well. If not, we'll just have to play him in Europe now and again. If I do play an SO5 team at any time, I can always chuck him in. Starfelt was bought obviously for my Celtic team, so ignore him. He's not under 23, obviously. But then we've got Gravenbach, who again could be going to Liverpool, might stay at Bayern, could go anywhere basically. Ollie Romney, really good striker over at Utrecht. And then we've got Anthony Rowalt next to him then, highly rated defender, Rowalt. And Per Schurz, who was rated years ago, has been really good, but hasn't really managed it has gone to Torino, and he's playing quite well there. And there was rumours of Liverpool actually looking at him again for this season. Don't think that's going to happen now, but still a good player. Aymar I don't know lots about, but I keep hearing his name quite a lot. I've seen a couple of games of him, and he looks alright, so I've brought Aymar in. Hopefully can make a bit of profit on him. It'd be nice to see where he goes in his career. Howard Bellis, I've held him 3 years ago or so, when he was really young. He was at Man City at the time and then moved over to Belgium, but now he's back at Burnley. And I think he'll do alright again this season, Howard Bellis. Good to look at him and follow his international career as well. We've got Florentino Luis. Again, another one that's highly rated. Don't know loads and loads about. Haven't really tracked him in the past, but at £15 I think that will improve as well. We've got Devaney Wrench, who's at a poor Ajax side at the moment. They're losing players all over the place, as expected, they always do. And then someone comes in and plays them all together and they win everything. So Wrench is a right back, can play at centre back, but more down the right. I think he'll play in most games. He has been playing a lot of the games, so Wrench should be a good buy to have. Vishauran, who's injured, he's out until like January or February. But again, his price will go up when he comes back, as long as he gets over the injury. I also got Sofiane Diop, who a while back, playing at Monaco then, a while back was a big thing, like, you know, this is going to be this huge player. And he's had quite a few bad months, sort of out the limelight now, and he's down to £10. I mean, I'm sure you'd been paying like £100 for him at one time. And then we've got my favourite player at the moment, Fabiano Parisi. Mentioned him a few times, played for the under-21s as well the other day. Now, I'd seen him and I'd scouted him. I thought he was a really good player. He was doing consistent scoring all the time. And then he went into the under-21s tournament as a substitute and then kept his position. He played so well that he kept his position in that team. So, Preach is one that I'm really hopeful about, and he should make quite a bit of profit, I think. He's only down at £10 there. I can see him being quite a big player for a few years yet. And we've got all these Celtic guys, as we said. I've got a collection of Celtics. Then we've got my a couple of rares in there. Then Blazer was a free tip scout recommendation, basically. I'd looked at him and looked at his team and thought he looks quite good. Looked at all his stats and stuff and thought, yeah, he's a decent player. So was Zaper. And I think they are good players. But obviously I can't have any rares in the gallery now, so he's on his way as well. Then we've got more Celtics, plus Guttelbauer, who's a youth goalkeeper. 50-50 whether he starts or not for his team this season. I don't think he is. I think he's going to start in the cup games and the other guy will start in the league. But then we've got all the Celtic guys. I think I've shown you this before, the collection for Celtic. It's looking quite good at the moment. But if we go to the collections here, I've got two more that I'm after as well at the moment. I've got 28 out of 34. Currently sitting about 22nd, I think, in the rankings. Yeah, so I'm missing Connor Hazard, £20. I'm missing Juranovic. Also missing James McCarthy. There's none for sale at the moment. Matt O'Reilly I've got in an auction at the moment. I'm wondering whether to put another bid in for him, but that's quite high for the auction. And we've got Jota. I think he might even go down in price before I buy him. And we've got Laila Abada. Now Abada I've also got a bid on in auction at the moment to try and get him. He's been playing every game. Apparently he's going to be starting for Celtic this season, so that would be nice to get that card. So I think Abada, Jota and Matt O'Reilly are definites. McCarthy I may as well just add them because I only need like 2 or 3 when I've got the others. So yeah, so that's the collection side of it. But we've been going backwards and forwards, trying to get into this rares, and I thought I'd finally cracked it. I'm in the rares, I've got some decent players, and then the announcement came out, which, you know, if I tell you my feelings about the announcement, they're not good. I like most of the things that are in it. You know, even the training I could probably get used to, but what I don't like is this club shop that's coming out. What an absolute load of bollocks. Where we're having to use these coins, these made up coins to put in. You know, I've been getting something like 100 coins maximum each game week, maybe even 10 or 20 some weeks. And other guys now are getting 4,000 to 5,000 every game week. So I can't keep up with that. There's not a chance, is there? Now I know you play to your strengths, so you go and play down the league and you try and win a card to try and build up and stuff. But that's going to be a long way down. If all this fitness rubbish comes in, you can imagine these percentages having like 5% for this, 3% for that, 10% fitness. I mean, it just goes on. And then what we're going to do, build a stadium next, give players wonderful shirts, design your own kit. A lot of you might think that's brilliant, but they're going to put that in the club shop so you can buy it as an item. It's just going to become not what I signed up for, to be honest. I signed up to look at players, scout the great young players, put them in a team and go. And I only recently started on the actual SO5 game. So to now sort of decide I'm going back and not doing the SO5s now, it's just a secondary thing. If I've got players and I can put them in a team, I'll chuck them in. But most of mine are going to be up for sale. When I've held them for a while, they will go up for sale and they'll hopefully sell. If not, I'll just watch the careers go by and have it as a bit of fun. It's fun, but when you're starting to add like fitness to it and put this pair of boots on one of your players and he scores X, that's too much hassle for me. And again, like in Sorare Mega, it became crap. When all that came out, I just lost interest and haven't put a team in ever since. So we'll see where it goes. I'm still a true believer in Sorare, and I still believe it'll be here in a few years' time, but whether I'm still playing it or not, I don't know. It depends which way it goes now. If it's going gaming like it looks to do, I'll just go back to Football Manager and play that instead for free, because the prices of some of these players are near enough free anyway now. But yeah, hopefully it all changes. I'm looking forward to 3D cards. I think they'll be good, but they will be expensive. And I don't know what that would mean to my gallery, because if 3D cards come in, is anyone going to want to buy all of these cards that are old, unless they're in collections? So we'll wait and see how it goes. But I did like some of the update. Some of it was quite good. But I just don't want the shop things overtaking everything. Like, if I pick Howard Bellis and he scores 75, but he's not as good as Luis who scored 50 because he's got a pair of boots on that you've added to it from the shop, a load of bollocks that'll be. So that's my feelings on it anyway. But that's just a quick gallery overview. I'm going to hope to sell them rares that I've got and move on, keep buying these players that I've got here. Now if I look at my watch lists here, so we're over on Sorare Data now, and I've got my limited under 23 watch list. Now I'm hoping to add nearly all of these players. I'll put it into a thing that I like looking at. I set it out this way, and I put it on floor price as the top one. So this is how I look at it, and I'm going to go and try and go down all of these players. You can have a look at them. Just rewind the video if you need to, or pause it. But all of these players, I think there's 180 of them I'm looking to buy, and I've bought maybe now 15 to 20 of them. But there's loads on that list. And there are the players that I'll be hoping to get to hopefully make a bit of profit on them. And if not, just follow their careers as they go along, like I say. It's a whole sort of academy system. You come through, you're playing the under-23 team. If there's a game on that week, if I can make a team out of it. You play the under-23 system, you move up to either champion or challenger if you're any good. And if not, you're sold and you moved on. And if you're at such a good price that I can't resist to sell, then you'll be gone whilst you're still playing the under-23s, if that makes sense. But it's back to how it was when I first started. Everybody seemed to like that, and I sort of lost way a little bit when all these changes kept coming in. I tried to do different things, because obviously it's a fluid platform, it changes all the time. But going back to, I wish I'd just stayed how I was at the very start, but we're back there now. And hopefully the gallery will look better and better as it goes along. And of course I've got my Celtic team to put in and follow as well. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. And there is one last thing, before you do go then, remember to hit that subscribe, remember to hit the like button. It really helps the channel out. We're coming up to 600 subscribers. Now when we hit 600, I'm doing a giveaway. And I did mention it on Twitter, but there will be two players I'm giving away, and it's these ones down here. We've got Balazer and Zaper. Good players. Forget about the price of them. Look at the actual scores that they're getting. They're pretty decent players. For lower end budget players especially. So them two players will be given away, them two cards given away, sorry. And it will be on like one of the next videos as soon as we hit the 600. We're at 590, so we only need 10, so go down there and hit that subscribe button for us, and let's get these cards given away. Thank you very much.